This is the Hypothetically Sound podcast,
hosted by Alec, Randy, and Xavier,
where we take a hypothetical look at the world around us,
exploring the what ifs, maybes, and how comes.
Join in on the unfiltered, raw, and real conversations
as we explore the world around us.
All right, boys. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favoriteest monster movie monster. I can't talk. Movie monsters ever, right? And that's going to be the werewolf. How much do you guys know about like werewolves in general?
I know everything to destroy them. That's all I have to know.
They transform.
Yes. You're both 100% correct. Oh, I don't know if Rand's correct. Rand could just be talking off his ass. Werewolf comes up, be like, Rand, protect us. He's like, I was just kidding. I was just trying to look tough. You know what I'm saying?
It's just silver or some shit, right?
Nah, rubber bullets, dog, like you get in some police.
Yeah, it's silver, stake to the heart. It changes with like the lore and stuff, right?
Right.
I love werewolves. I've always loved the werewolves from when I was little. I just thought the concept was pretty cool. Growing up, I realized that like the not the traditional, but like the movie concept's really fucking stupid because, you know, werewolf comes out at midnight. To get more werewolves, you have to survive an attack, but this person turns into a man-eating monster, goes around, fucks up villages, eats people. Chances of someone surviving, pretty low, right? And like you can't shoot him with like normal bullets and shit. Obviously, like it just maybe hurts them a little, but it's not going to stop them from like fucking you up and then going back to finish their meal. You know. So the whole concept's fucking weird. A little history lesson. Werewolves, like the story of werewolves, go all the way back to like Greek mythology and the Epic of Gilgamesh. It all involves like people transforming into these wolves or being transformed into wolves. Nordic folklore also speaks on it. Like werewolves have been around for a while, or at least the concept of.
I always think of Van Helsing for some reason. Right when if you say werewolf, I think of Van Helsing. I don't know why.
I mean, rightfully so, man. Van Helsing is definitely a big part of just monster lore.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's a werewolf himself in the stories as well.
Yeah, at some point I think he
like
becomes a werewolf. Becomes Blade of the Wolves.
I'll be honest, that's the only time in any like movie or something that makes sense that someone turned into a werewolf from a werewolf attack.
Fair.
Yeah.
Because like you're the only motherfucker who stay strapped to fight these motherfuckers, you know?
Right.
No, that's funny. Like in the movies, like what the werewolf has become is like this big bloody monster, but yet somehow they consistently end up like scratching or biting some random person that becomes a werewolf too now. But in the same movie, you see them just destroy 19 people and eat half of them. And like, but yet this woman just got bit on her leg and she's fine now. Or he was hiding in the closet as the wolf decided to like scrape the closet door and accidentally cut him, but didn't realize it. Like it's far-fetched how they have to like infect other people.
On some real shit, it's like werewolf AIDS or rabies or something. Like that's essentially what it is, right? Is the disease is like rabies, like
pretty much, yeah.
It's story by story. Like some stories, it's like I got a magic item that turns me into a wolf. Other ones is like witches and shit turning people, like putting a curse and turning them into wolves.
And what makes you like? You said it was around for centuries, millennia. It was part of the Greek mythos. So it makes you wonder, a story that's so reliant on passing through biting or scratching. What do you think is the like actual, if werewolves were real, what do you think was the actual cause of werewolves? Is it someone just got cursed and became one and passed it on that way, or is it a a curse? Like, are witches or items cursed to change these people? What do you think?
I think like it would be witches or items. Like in the mythos, it's items, or like Zeus turn people into wolves. Like it's dude and his sons because they fed him a sacrificed boy. And for some reason, this man's was like best punishment, turn into a wolf.
Yeah, they did enjoy animals.
True.
Constantly turn people into animals.
Yeah, so I think it would be items and or like someone putting a spell on another person.
No, yeah, I definitely agree with that, because just to make it go, like the mythos stay long enough, like you couldn't rely on the disease to spread. Like look at fucking Contagion or whatever that phone game is that you have to spread a disease. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. I'm stuck on meat still. I haven't got to hard yet.
It's because you suck at games, dog. Fucking poo poo.
They don't know that.
They do now. Shit. But yeah, dude, I think like the whole concept of it is super cool. And I think like way back, it was a way to explain someone doing something weird and out of the ordinary. Is like, oh, I had no control, or I had control, but I was like I was a beast. Like I had the mentality of an animal to slaughter these things, you know.
I always think though, right? Like people depict it as like this, like you're a big human-sized wolf or whatever. What if the true lore is like you're just like a wolf?
Kind of like
a basic wolf.
A basic wolf.
Yeah, and that's another take on the werewolves that like in Smallville and even in Twilight, like even in Twilight they become wolves, but they're like pretty large wolves.
They're alpha as fuck.
And then in like Superman, and this is another where like you said, it was a the Greek mythos. In America, it is constantly like brought back into Native American lore that Native Americans could turn into creatures on the battlefield, and that's how they were beating different not tribes, but like colonies and groups of white people, that they were so afraid and were able to do such guerrilla tactics that people thought they were animals.
I also think like if they even if they were like smaller wolves, like regular just wolves, depending on the time period, that's a bigger threat than, you know, other people would be, you know.
True.
And even now, you go outside and you hear howling, you're not gonna continue walking
like,
that way.
Hold on. Let's just be honest. You out in the woods, you hear some howling, some growling, right? Who's going to be like, yeah, I want to fuck with these wolves? Come on, dude.
Right?
Nobody.
Yeah,
because you know there's gonna be a pack of them.
Like,
there's probably some people, but
yeah, what are they gonna do? Punch it in the fucking snout while another one comes from behind?
Hey, people do fight bears, so
yeah, bears don't travel in fucking packs. Like, their strength in numbers.
And who decided a wolf? Like again, it's the pack mentality of a wolf makes sense. If you're gonna turn a bunch, but like if you're like writing about like Greek mythos and stuff, you're the person writing all the stories, and you got to the one where you talk about a wolf and how it destroyed everybody. But wouldn't you go with like a bear?
Well, I haven't done any research on Greek mythos like that, but like I feel like a wolf's like the one thing Zeus had didn't fuck or turn into ever. So maybe that's why. I could be completely wrong. I'm saying this in ignorance, but
yeah, it could be one of the creatures that he saw as like violent or something.
Yeah.
Fair.
I do also love that the werewolf formula has been brought into like other animals as well. You got like were bunnies, were bears, you know, things like that, right?
Yeah.
What?
So there's other there's movies, shows, usually just medias that will use the werewolf formula, but like with different animals. So like were bunnies, where you get bit by a fucking infected bunny, And every full moon, you're forced to turn into a rabid bunny. You know what I'm saying? Or rare bears and things like that, you know? So, yeah, and I think it can work with like any animal, and I think that also what makes the idea of it great. Wolves are just the most popular because of the like 1940s Wolfman film.
True, and movies definitely helped the mythical creature lore for werewolves to become a top tier one.
And remember, they were busted as fuck. Like, you had to use silver for a really long time to kill these things, right? Like pure silver. It couldn't be like some bullshit like a spoon. Right? Yeah. You need like pure shit. And then, you know, they nerfed them because they're just too strong. What were you saying, Ren? I interrupted you.
It's crazy how popular werewolves came. Like, they started their own like genre of beings, transfiguration. Like, without werewolves, you don't think about transforming into other animals. There's no Power Rangers. Turn into lightning bugs.
Nigga, there's other animals though. There's not just wolves. I don't think they would have been like, shit, we ran out of animals. Might as well just pick a fucking insect.
But it would never been popular without werewolves being such a primal part of culture for so long.
I agree. That's fair. That's fair. Some interesting things. There's actually been like real life werewolves too, right? These are all dated way back. They're not real werewolves, obviously. They're serial killers though. Back in like 1521, there was a Frenchman. I'm not going to try to pronounce these names, but there's two of them. That one was Verdun, the other one's Bergot. I lied to y'all. I tried to pronounce them. Allegedly, they swore allegiance to the devil and claimed to have an ointment that turned them into wolves. After confessing to brutally murdering several children, they were birthed by fucking words. Holy God. They were both burned to death at the stake.
Oh, no.
Which was like one of the only ways they thought back then would be able to kill werewolves and witches and anything that wasn't human.
Anything that was from the devil. Which makes no sense. Why are you sending shit through the fire to the devil?
There was another Frenchman later on in the 16th century who was dubbed the Werewolf of Dole, who claimed that he also had an ointment that would turn him into a wolf. And according to the story, as a wolf, he viciously killed children and ate them. He was also burnt at the stake. And then there's another super popular one. That's the Bedburg werewolf. I said that he turned to a wolf at night and devoured citizens. He was blamed for the killings after being cornered by hunters who claimed they saw him shapeshift into a wolf.
What the hell?
He was executed after confessing.
You gotta really wonder.
I do know that they assume that it might have been because this guy was rich. He was like a richer individual of this town. They think it was like a political stunt thing to just get rid of him, right?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That seemed suspect as fuck right there.
Yeah, he was forced to confess essentially through torture. And he confessed to killing animals, men, women, children, and eating them, like the remains. He also declared that he owned an enchanted belt that gave him power to turn into a wolf. After confessing, he was executed, and they didn't find the belt, obviously, but
of course.
So those are like, you know, three of the more popular, like old werewolf tales. And back then, it was kind of one of those things where, like, people had to die, and then they had to explain it somehow, right?
Yeah.
And or political things, and they're just like, fuck it, let's kill our people, and then blame this guy. Simple enough.
It is pretty interesting, too, because they have, like, remedies of exorcism and things like that. When you guys, I know you were talking about it a second ago.
Yeah, it's just it's weird. It's just a weird thing that's been around for way longer than I think it ever should have been. Like just the concept in general. Still one of the best movie monsters ever. You can't go wrong with a classic.
That is true. Even portrayed in media like video games and stuff too. It is always a good option.
It's a staple.
I was gonna say it's in a lot of games and stuff. I think it's a nice little comfort pick. People same with vampires and shit.
Yeah, like VHS has a werewolf, right?
Yep, that's one of their main characters. Probably one of the more popular ones, I think.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So with that being said, guys, in games like Skyrim and stuff, there's ways there's a mission where you can become a werewolf, right? You drink blood or some bullshit. I don't remember. It's been a while. So my question is, would you guys do that? Like, would you become a werewolf if you had the choice?
Honestly, probably not.
Why not?
Well, if you look at it like this, right? You have inventory slots.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to use one of my inventory slots up to be a werewolf. I don't think it's worth it.
Okay. Brand?
I'm the opposite spectrum. So, like, let's say we're at a bar in middle Seattle and it's raining, and a guy comes up to you and he looks a little scruffy and he's like, "Hey, if you follow me into the alley, I can tear you into a werewolf." I'm gonna follow the dude into the alley, and see what happens.
Is that for the werewolf or?
Yeah, we'll go with that. For the werewolf, I'll follow him so he can bite me or scratch me. No, I honestly, I think I would. Like, it's once every month. Once a month, you turn into a werewolf. Like, knock yourself down. If you get any kind of benefits from it, like say you live longer or stronger or you're faster or you get some kind of benefits, yeah, I'm totally down for it. Like, but if the only thing you get from being a werewolf is you turn into a fucking werewolf once a month and you could potentially kill a bunch of people, and then I'm cool. Pass. But if you get some kind of benefit from it, I'm totally down for once a month having to be locked up somewhere.
But think about it. What if you use your transformation inventory slot and then you can't, transform into anything else?
That's the thing. There's not many other things I would rather. I don't want to be a leprechaun. I don't want to be a unicorn. Maybe a dragon. Vampire's kind of dope, but at the same time, they're kind of bitches. Werewolves affects your life, I think, the least of everything that you could potentially be turned into.
Yeah, what if you fall asleep and wake up and you killed your whole family?
Thank God.
Why did I fall asleep in my bed? Why did I fall asleep in my bed during a full moon? That's just an idiotic move.
I don't know. You forgot. You had a long day. You rest your head for a moment. You're like, oh, I'll get to my death chamber. Or let me just, and then you're out. And then wake up, cut to your family
Everybody dead. Blood everywhere.
So Randy has a dude pretty much jerking him off in an alley to turn him into a werewolf. I would assume a witch or something would come and hit me up because I ain't weird like him. If it was a dude like that, hell no, dude. I'm not gonna let this homeless man try to suck me off in the fucking thing with promises of superpowers, right?
It's worse.
Yeah, what if you just fell for his elaborate fucking pyramid scheme?
Yeah, but if a witch or someone came up to me and was like, "Hey, yo, I got this belt that lets you turn into a werewolf, or you drink this blood, you can control the power." Hell yeah, for sure. If they're like, it's once a month, I'd be like, hell no, because that shit, I don't keep track of no moon cycle, right? And that shit gonna fuck me up one day. I'm gonna be letting K-Lot out, and next thing I know, my dog dead because I ate him. I'm gonna be real sad when I wake up in the morning. Out in the middle of the goddamn field, butt ass naked, trying to figure out what the fuck just happened, and I had to sneak my ass home.
Good thing you weren't born a woman. Fucking can't keep track of one time a month.
I hope you edit that out of the podcast. That's extremely rude and sexist of you, Randy. In 2022, really?
What? I'm giving them props, dog. You just said you couldn't.
No, I said I don't keep track. No, I don't keep track
of one moon cycle.
No. I kept
I'm assuming if you're a woman, you will be able to keep track of another cycle, dog.
Listen. I ain't keep track of the moon cycle, but I keep track of things that are important to me, such as like when Elden Ring was going to get released. All right, from day 145 and down, I kept track of that shit. All right, so like, don't you come at me like that. I don't think like I want that responsibility to pay attention to the moon cycles.
Again, good thing you weren't born the opposite sex.
All I'm saying is, man, is that if I was a woman, it's different. All right, it's different. But I'm not
be forced to do these things.
Yes, it's different. Yes, it's different. Okay, but I'm a man, and as a man, fuck that shit.
Leaving it all in. We spits the real. No, I'm playing. If anybody's offended, apologize. Just keeping it real. He would be a horrible woman.
It would be fucking ugly, dude.
I mean, you already look kind of feminine, so.
You look feminine. I just have a baby face. Soft. You sound like a... Never mind. That would have been more offensive. All right. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming through, talking with me today.
Yeah.
Caw. Shout out to all the furries out there. You're fucking weird as hell, but you know what? You do you.
Starts at a young age, man.
Starts at a young age.
I don't know.
We're referencing Turning Red.
Yeah, so spoiler alert, if any, like, I don't really want to do this, but like, spoiler alert, just in case, just skip like 2 minutes. At the end of the movie, she's still a panda and she can control it, but she decides to walk around with just the ears and the tail. And if that's not, and this takes place in like 2002, so if that's not like the signs that like she's gonna get on the internet at the age of like 16 and see a furry convention and like show up as a full ass panda and become a furry herself because she thinks like she fits in with this crowd, I don't know what it is.
Is that the movie with the one girl who turns red and then turns into a panda in the middle of class?
Yeah.
It's a PG movie.
It's a PG movie. It's a kids movie, and it's a coming to age movie.
But that's kind of,
but it's kind of weird when you think about it, right?
Yeah,
like as an adult, that's like
really weird.
Yeah, it's just like
it was really good. Everybody.
It was good.
Their own.
It was good until like the last 2 minutes, and you get to thinking a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But hey, again, shout out to the furries, even though you guys are weird as fuck. Yeah, it's not going to stop them from doing what they're doing, but it's weird. So congrats on being you. Not a lot of people can say they date themselves, you know what I'm saying?
You found the real you and you went full throttle.
Even though it's fucking
I appreciate you.
What? I don't know if I really appreciate it. Saying like good on them,
Everyone should be appreciated.
Yeah. Most
now,
people should.
That's the thing though, right? Is like, doesn't mean they should be appreciated for everything that they do.
Yeah, I mean they should be appreciated for
things that are probably
I appreciate their self-confidence.
Well, so exactly.
We're gonna have a whole thing on furries one day. I know it.
Oh yeah,
I'm not.
You quitting?
The real is gonna come out. He's gonna have to.
Oh no, he's
gonna have to admit his secret passion.
Oh no.
Anyways,
how about this? I just nullify yours with mine. There we go.
Just do the thing, man. Do the thing.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker!
That's not. Please end it.
Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, if you're looking for us, you can find us on any place that you find podcasts at Hypothetically Sound. If you want our main home, it is on Podbean, Hypothetically Sound, on YouTube, Hypothetically Sound, on Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, we're everywhere. Like, subscribe, leave some comments so we know.
Even OnlyFans.
We do have OnlyFans. You can watch me eat.
And if you look it up, fucking got them.
And
$400, I'll eat jackfruit.
If you did look it up and you didn't find Hypothetically Sound, check out Free Allocate.
You're pretty much it.
Well, I mean, I shot it out once before. I'll do it.
No. Him talking about I eat jackfruit, and I'm thinking, it's like
you pay
almost saying you're eating
$500.
ass.
I'll eat ass. Honestly, you pay $5. I'm eating ass.
Is it jackfruit that's smelly fruit?
I'll do it for free for the right person.
Yeah,
honestly,
that big ass green thing. Pay me $400. I'll eat that bitch. I'll eat the whole thing.
Yeah. But it's stinky.
It's yeah, it is smelly, but so is ass.
Oh God. All right, goodbye.
Thank you for listening to Hypothetically Sound. We hope you enjoyed the episode. All episodes can be found at hypotheticallysound.podbean.com, as well as on Apple, Spotify, and Pandora. For full unedited video versions of the podcast, please visit us at youtube.com/hypotheticallysound.